Upgrades, people. Taking a look at some of the newest upgrades for your PSA Dagger and Dagger Micro from Harrington Arms, as well as KinShot hydraulic buffers for your AR on this week's Gear Grind. Hey Travis, the product guy again. I appreciate you watching. Today, I wanted to focus in on some new stuff we've got in, first from Harrington Arms, who specialize in pistol compensators and a lot of other cool handgun accessories, as well as KinShot, who make hydraulic buffers for your AR-15, which reduce felt recoil significantly on your rifle. I judge on 5 things when it comes to products: fit, feel, form, function, and features, so you can get a full picture of what you get with this gear, and you can decide if it's right for you. Let's roll. Harrington Arms, first of all, check out their channel when you get a chance. They have a ton of great content about all of their products, including install videos. For us right now, I want to focus on their upgrades for the PSA Dagger and PSA Micro Dagger pistols. Fit. Couple of things to note about these comps and how they fit to your slide. The Dagger comps have these small fins that actually slide around the front of the standard slide you'll get from PSA. These finned compensators fit perfectly on the standard Extreme Carry Cut slide, but may have a small gap on the SW series slide. To make all this work, of course, you'll have to use a threaded barrel with 1/2x28 threads. If you choose, the Dagger comp is also available without the fins like I have on the table, if you so choose. All you really need for a secure install is a couple dabs of blue Loctite on the screws, a bit of hand snug fitment, and you're good to go. By the way, Harrington Arms also makes this excellent 2-piece magwell for the Dagger, and you can get these for the compact and full-size versions of the pistol. On the Micro Dagger slide, the Micro Dagger comp only fits to the Extreme Carry Cut slides. The ported C1 and long X1 slides are not going to work, but I feel like most people are opting for the threaded barrels with the ECC slides, so is what it is. Feel. These compensators are all aluminum, so they're very lightweight and make a very easy add-on to your pistol. And this goes for the whole lineup, not just their offerings for PSA pistols. But getting into specifics, the Dagger compensators have a large single port at the very top, so when you're firing, all your recoil is driving the muscles straight down, keeping you on target. Like a lot of comps, you're really going to feel the impact of adding this when you're using hotter ammunition. Otherwise, when you're using ball ammo for practice, you're not going to really notice a huge difference, but you're also not going to throw off the balance of your slide too badly with this add-on. Form. Harrington Arms does a fantastic job of matching the aesthetics of your pistol with the performance that you're looking for. These little fins on the Micro Dagger comp here extend onto the slide in a really natural way and give your pistol a unified look, almost like it's fully integrated. But on the compact and full-size Dagger, you have the option to go without the fins, which on the SW slides helps to expose more of the barrel, and if you're rocking a PVD finish like I am, it ends up adding to that look while maintaining the same functionality. All these comps are available in black anodizing, but you can also get them with Cerakote options from Harrington Arms. Function. Like I mentioned earlier, what these compensators do really well is reduce your vertical recoil and help you drive the gun onto target faster. For the job that these comps are designed for, they do it very well, especially with those loads that are typically higher in recoil. As with any compensator, pay attention to your ammunition choices if you're having issues with reliability. With the weight of this comp, I don't think most folks are going to have issues anyway, but always consider the factors you're changing in your pistols, especially if you plan to carry it. For me, the nicest features, specifically for the Dagger and Micro Dagger comps, are those fins that wrap around the stock Dagger slide. You don't see that with every pistol comp out there, and to have something that looks that good for a budget gun, it's pretty sweet. Now, these comps are not inexpensive at around $90, which I think is a third or a quarter of what you can get a Dagger for, so that's a consideration, but ultimately, that's the going rate for a well-designed pistol compensator. If you're on a tighter budget, you could consider Harrington's Universal Compensator, which is only about $50. Do what's right for your wallet, especially with the everything going on right now. Let's keep rolling with improving your recoil, this time with the AR platform. KinShot has been around for a while as the go-to for hydraulic buffers to reduce felt recoil in your favorite rifle. Fit. First things first, of course, all the KinShot buffers are designed for AR rifles. There's a lot of different versions of these. The vast majority are for the AR-15, including 9mm variants, as well as specific AR-10 buffers. Most of the buffers are going to be for carbine buffer tubes with adjustable stocks, but you can find hydraulic buffers for fixed stock AR-15 and AR-10s. Which buffer you choose depends heavily upon your caliber and your application. The regular AR-15 buffer is going to work for 90% of folks, but if you have buffers specifically designed for over-gassed rifles, 9mm competition rifles that you want to short stroke, or suppress 300 blackout, The list goes on. Just do a little research on what your rifle needs and you'll find something that should fit you just fine. One small aside, these buffers will work with pretty much any buffer spring you can use, but KinShot does recommend and endorse Springco AR buffer springs with their products. You can find those on our site as well. KinShot says these buffers reduce felt recoil by about 30%, which makes sense. With that hydraulic action, KinShot buffers don't simply strike the back of the tube with the dead blow effect of a typical buffer. The added resistance makes the full weight of the buffer come back much slower, and recoil will seem softer. And especially on a well-tuned AR with a muzzle brake, you're barely going to get any sharpness from your recoil. Form. KinShot buffers look incredibly professional, and they hold up well over time. The whole buffer body is made of 17-4 stainless steel with a nice polish on the finish that looks great and makes it pretty damn easy to clean as well. One thing that may jump out at you right away if you're worried about functionality, KinShot buffers are longer than regular buffers, but they compress to the size of an equivalent buffer, so it's fine. But let's talk about what you get in terms of function. As long as you're selecting the right length and weight to tune your AR, you're really not going to run into any problems. The felt recoil reduction is absolutely tangible here in basically any case, especially for 9mm ARs and your 308 platforms. That harsher recoil impulse ends up being very tame, a lot more like shooting a standard AR-15. KinShot gives some excellent results on a wide variety of builds, from a full battle rifle to that competition 9mm that's optimized for Steel Challenge. You can build pretty much anything you want here. We know what we're here for at this point. The ability for KinShot buffers to reduce recoil by so much, no matter what AR platform you're using, makes a huge difference in the feel of your rifle without making your rifle less reliable. And while these do command a premium price ranging from about $140 to $160 depending on the model, I do think it's a worthwhile investment if you're serious about reducing recoil, which, if you're a competition shooter or looking to make the jump, makes KinShot one of the best ways to improve your rifle. So when you realize that this is just one part of tuning your rifle and you can push even further with adjustable gas blocks or muzzle brakes to further eliminate recoil, it ends up being a pretty compelling option. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found something helpful or interesting from this video. I'll see you again next time for some more new parts for your handguns and rifles. And as always, if there's a gun or upgrade you want me to go hands-on with, slap a comment down below. I'll give you my honest take on it in a future video.